The second group of SANDF members have arrived at the Waterkloof Airforce Base in Pretoria from the DRC, and this is part of the SADC peacekeeping mission's withdrawal from the eastern Congo. Let's now cross to SABC News reporter Kylie Kumalo, who is in Pretoria for us tonight and who's been monitoring the arrival of the SANDF soldiers who are arriving. Kaya, thank you so much for your time. I mean, you've been monitoring for much of the day the second group of SANDF soldiers who have now made their way back home. Firstly, tell us, how are they feeling? You know, I'm sure there was excitement and jubilation for many who have traveled for a number of days to come back home.
Well, absolutely, Mbali. In fact, I'm really going to step out of the shot to give you the very incredible scenes here at the Air Force Base. You can see a sense of excitement. Quite a number of the SANDF members are back here in South Africa. As you know, that it's been quite a very tough mission and a very Herculean task that they face in the eastern part of the DRC, Mbali. I can tell you this much, that the SANDF chief, Rutsani Mapanya, is here, and he has been welcoming the soldiers and really giving them quite a very warm reception here at the Air Force Base. As you can see, that they are singing and really just being so excited to be back here in South Africa. Mbali, as you know, this has been a very long road for them. As you know, that it took that decision by the SADC leaders for the mission to withdraw in the eastern part of DRC to give an opportunity for diplomacy to chart a way forward to achieve a long-lasting peace. And it's still quite a very long way to go, as it were, Mbali. As you know, that you do have a group of facilitators who have been appointed by the SADC region, the likes of former South African President Kgalema Motlanthe and many other leaders, including former Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta, to make sure that they try to achieve something that's almost like a very impossible task, Mbali. As you know, that the eastern part of Congo has been battling with insecurity for quite a very long time. This has been a very issue in the SADC region. So, Mbali, I want to give you also just the visuals here of the general of the SANDF, the chief. As you can see, that he's positioned here welcoming the troops. We do understand, Mbali, it's about 257 of them. This is the second batch of the soldiers back here in the country. And from here, Mbali, we do understand that the soldiers will be heading down to the central parts of South Africa. That's in Bloemfontein for a demobilization, a very key element in this regard, because it's all about making sure that their well-being is taken care of, but also in the main they are able to be reunited with their units as well and be able to interact with their families as well.
And Kaya, I mean, on Friday, we saw, you know, the first group being delayed, and were told that this was due to technical and logistical challenges that the SANDF group was facing. Does it seem that this time around, this group was managed better?
Well, very much so, Mbali. Things have really just gotten better. In fact, once again, I'm just going to move out of the shot. So, logistically, it's been quite a nightmare to get their ducks in the row, especially because, as you know, that Mbali, they had to move from an area that was declared as a red zone. That's the eastern part of DRC, moving from Goma and Sake and going via Rwanda, using the roads and heading to Chato in Tanzania. That's an area that has been declared as a green zone, where they have been assembling and making sure that also their equipment as well is being moved. And we do understand that Mbali, during the course of this particular process, also in terms of their gear, it's going to be taken to the port of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, and then it's going to be shipped all the way to Durban in South Africa, in terms of making sure that their prime equipment is not left in the eastern part of DRC. But also, Mbali, as you know, that for South Africa, it's always been about the commitment to make sure that there is a long-lasting peace in the African continent. We have seen so many missions not far here from South Africa in Mozambique. We saw also South Africa as well contributing the troops where Mozambique was facing insurgency and the rise of terrorism and extremism. So the eastern part of DRC as well, there has been a very clear emphasis as well. When we spoke to Minister Angie Motshekga, Mbali emphasized that South Africa is still committed in this mission. So Mbali, I want to really give you these very colorful visuals here as the SANDF members are finally back here home. You can see the elation. They are singing here, and they're singing the song Azania, resonating with a lot of South Africans. So there's so much joy and jubilation, Bali. And as you know that it's one end here, and this is the second batch. We do understand tomorrow as well, another group is going to land here in the country.
All right, Kylie, and of course, we do understand that while another group is expected to land tomorrow, we are expecting another group to make land, or rather land in Bloemfontein later this evening. That's Kylie Kumalo there, just giving us an update in terms of the second group which has landed there at the Waterkloof Airforce Base, and those are the troops that were deployed in the eastern DRC.